Welcome back to Track Guides for Season 3 at the Sam Blacklock Media Porsche Cup. With round 4 at the Nürburgring GP circuit coming up tomorrow night, it's time to jump aboard with another of our season regulars, this time from our Pro-Am driver class. Thanks to Corey for offering to present the guide for this round, so let's get right to it.
G'day everyone, I'm Corey and I'm doing this week's track guide for AEG. Take a late apex and use a lot of exit curb to start your lap. You want to get as much top speed as you can down here. Turn 1 is a good passing opportunity and a good spot to take it easy on lap 1. Put the brakes on nice and hard at the 150 board while keeping the car as straight as possible. Turn it in and be careful of the dip. You can either hold it tight or run it nice and wide on exit. Use third gear through here to keep the car balanced, and be careful not to get too much exit oversteer. Braking it early down to second gear, and be careful not to over rotate here because it does do a death spin. Short shift to third and use a bit of curb on entry. Don't get the off track on exit as that will delete your whole lap. Brake down to third gear and brake at that marker on the right, start of the cones. Use a bit of curb and then brake it down to second. Get it turned in but don't use the curb on the inside too much and up to third. Turn 8 is a good passing opportunity and a good spot because people take very different lines. Brake it down to second gear and try and take a late apex to maximise your run up the hill to the Schumacher house. If it's possible, don't try and go too wide through here because it doesn't usually end well. Sit the car up on the flat part of the curb to maximise your entry and also use a lot of the curb on the right. Coming into here, pretty easy to lock the rears, so just be careful of that. Down to third gear, use a lot of inside curb but it does bounce off there pretty nasty. Keep the car nice and balanced as you turn into here, being careful not to catch the grass on entry. Use as much road as possible on exit, but if it does oversteer you're pretty much going to end up in the wall on the right. Up 6th gear through the kink and coming up to the hardest part of the track. Braking at about 125 metres down to second gear. Either use a lot of curb on entry or none at all, and then attack that right curb. Try and keep the car as straight as possible on exit. Up to 4th gear before going back down to second and getting it turned into the last corner. There is an apex there somewhere, but haven't found it yet. So up to 3rd gear and use as much curb as possible, and that should be the lap. Hopefully you all enjoy this week's racing at the Nürburgring, as it is a great track for good fun racing. Enjoy.
Thanks again to Corey for presenting the track guide for round 4 of the Sam Blacklock Media Porsche Cup. If you're not racing with us, you can catch all the action thanks to RaceStars TV on Tuesday night, the 4th of May, from 8:15 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. My name's Daniel, and I'll see you again for the next one.